Okay, so here's the question. Can sound waves hack your brain? Like, can they give you more restorative sleep? Can they lower your anxiety? Can they give you more concentrated focus? Well, if you've heard of binaural beats, then you might say yes. Sounds a little too good to be true though, right? Before we dive in, let me get a little more in depth about brain waves. So at any point in the day, your brain is waving at different frequencies, and that is measured in hertz. Now this can differ quite a lot whether you're awake, concentrating in REM sleep, anxious, thinking on a deep problem. There can be lots of different reasons why your brain might be at a different frequency. Now let's cut right to the chase. How your brain works is if it's hearing one frequency in one ear, say 250 hertz, and 253 hertz in the other ear, the difference between that is going to be 3 hertz. It's going to hear the difference between the two frequencies that are coming into your ears. And now this is specifically helpful because our ears can actually only hear frequencies that are above 20 hertz. And some of these frequencies that your brain states are in are below 20 hertz. So in order to hear a frequency like 3, 5, or 10 hertz, we're going to need to actually put two frequencies that are higher and just have the difference between those frequencies be the hertz that we want to hear. Now, the whole basis around this scientific thought is a hypothesis, and it's called brainwave entrapment. And this hypothesis states that if you are hearing a sound that is of a certain hertz, your brain will hear that and it will sync up with that sound. It's kind of like that video where if you've seen all the metronomes that are on the surface that moves just a little bit, and if you start them all at different frequencies, they will eventually all sync up to the exact same one. Super interesting, super satisfying. I would highly recommend you go check that out. But if we follow this hypothesis, we could potentially play sounds at different hertz to get our brain waves into certain states. Now here's a quick rundown of the different brainwave states. You're going to have gamma, beta, alpha, theta, and delta. And that's going from your highest frequency ones down to the lowest frequency. And in general, those go from higher states, so deep concentration and problem solving, all the way down to REM sleep. And as you can see, as you go down through the different levels, it goes to more and more relaxed states. All right, so we know the different states. We know that some of these are more associated with certain states of mind, like focus or concentration, and maybe we want something that can help lock our brains more into this mode. That's the idea behind this, and you might be thinking, is there any research to support this? Well, actually, there is. If you've heard of Andrew Huberman, he's a renowned neuroscientist who works for Stanford, and he talked a little bit about binaural beats specifically in this clip that you'll see here.
40 hertz binaural beats have been shown in a number of peer-reviewed studies to increase focus and concentration. It's been shown in multiple quality peer-reviewed studies that playing a pattern of sound waves to one ear, do-do-do-do-do, and the other ear, which is slightly offset in frequency, meaning not quite the same frequency, so more like do-do-do-do, that combination of frequencies played to the different ears actually get integrated within deep brain centers and can increase focus and concentration, in part by increasing levels of the neurochemical dopamine and acetylcholine, which we talked about a little bit earlier in this arrow model of focus.
Now you might be thinking, Joseph, that's great, but how does this help me? And while it's true that there have been actually quite a few studies that have been done on this, not just one or two, it's been around 13 or 14 studies, the results are inconclusive. So what's the point? Why am I even making this video? Well, I've decided to put this idea to the test. I'm going to be listening to binaural beats for the next 30 days while I'm asleep and while I'm working. Will this help increase my concentration? Will this help me achieve deeper levels of sleep? Yeah, I don't know. I haven't done the study yet, so maybe subscribe and stick around. I've uploaded a 10-hour video of the delta frequency that I'm going to be using for this experiment, and you can find that here. And I've also uploaded a 2-hour and 45-minute video of the concentration sound wave around 40 hertz, and you can find that here. That way you'll have access to the exact same frequencies that I use during this experiment, and you'll be able to see if you notice something similar as well. And now I know what some of you might be thinking, is this just a really good way to get watch hours for a new YouTube channel? And you know what? I think it is. Yeah, it is. Now I will say that when it comes to these, they're best listened to with headphones. I will be trying the Delta sleep video with headphones at night, but if that doesn't work or they keep falling out, I might just try a small speaker. But yeah, we'll see. So please subscribe, stick around, and find out the results of this experiment. See how it goes. All right, thanks guys. We'll see you later.